A controversial religious leader and his wife are back in the dock now. Shepherd Bushiri and his wife Mary Bushiri are facing charges of fraud, theft and money laundering. Mary Bushiri was arrested on Tuesday by the Hawks while her husband handed himself over. eNCA Tshegohaco Moagi is at the Pretoria Magistrate's court this morning to give us an update. Colleague, a very good morning to you. I mean, what can you tell us? Yesterday we did hear some of the supporters there, of course, in support of Shepherd Bushiri. This is another day whereby they'll be appearing in court, I understand.
Well, Kali, good morning to you. So, as we know, every time Shepherd Bushiri and his wife Mary appear in court, there really is a huge support for them, and nothing really has changed this time round. And that's exactly what we are seeing once again in the streets of Pretoria, just opposite the Pretoria Magistrate's court, where the supporters have gathered once again, saying that they would like for their prophet to actually be released from prison. But let's just take a look at how many people have actually come through this side to Melo once again. But we do understand as well that they are trying their best not to get them into the road. There is a time now and then when the police in Nyala closes off the road and then allows them to fill up the streets, but it hasn't happened in quite some time since we got here. However, Tumelo, we do remember that in court on Wednesday, we had the bail application of Shepherd Bushiri and his wife Mary, and we know that that particular application was opposed by the prosecutor, saying that they still have a few more things that they need to investigate, things like the address of the two and where they're actually living. So that is what is happened. That was what has actually happened on Wednesday. So today we are expecting the state to just respond to the defense and that particular application, and then from there we are hoping that the judge could possibly today give her judgment as to what happens, whether the Bushiris will get bail or not.
Let's get into some of the details surrounding this case. I mean, I understand that when we look at money laundering, for instance, fraud, for instance, some of the charges which they face, and this has to do with an alleged scam in terms of an investment which, of course, the state claims that the Bushiris have been propagating for a long time, scamming allegedly some of their followers or even South Africans of their money.
Absolutely, that is very true, Tumelo. So on Wednesday, this was their first appearance with this particular case by the Hawks. You remember that they handed themselves, the Mary Bushiri, she was arrested on Tuesday, and then Bushiri himself handed himself over to the police on the same day, together with a third suspect, Landiwe Ntlokwane. And we do understand that with this particular one, they are facing charges of theft, fraud, and money laundering. And the issue behind this is, as you've mentioned, there are some concerns that there has been an investment scheme that has actually been taking place at the church, and some people have not seen any of that particular investment that they've actually put money into. I remember actually just a few weeks ago when Mboro himself and Baseka Motsoeneng appeared when they appeared in the High Court together with some people that were part of Bushiri's church, saying that they had been scammed. That was also one of the that is part of the people that say that they have been scammed by Bushiri. So this particular case, their first appearance on Wednesday, today is their second appearance, and from there we will then find out whether they will get bail or not.
Now, interestingly though, colleague, on the other hand, I mean, you had spoken to some of the supporters, and some of the Bushiri supporters feel that this is nothing more than just a conspiracy. It's the devil working against their prophet. So clearly they're in support, saying that they do not feel scammed at all. They just feel that it's more of a spiritual warfare that is taking place against their leader.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when I spoke to the fans on Wednesday, they said to us that they believe that this is nothing but apparently the devil's work, that they are trying to bring their beloved prophet, they are trying to bring him down, and they are saying that they will stand with him all the way. I mean, one of the ladies that we spoke to on Wednesday saying to us that she came all the way from Bushbuck Ridge in Mpumalanga to actually support Bushiri and to make sure that he does not does not stay in jail. When he was remanded in custody, of course, they went back to the Kgosi Mampuru Correctional Services Center. When they were remanded in custody, most of these supporters were really upset about that particular situation, saying what is the point of them staying in custody instead of him being released. So they really believe in his innocence. One of the ladies that I spoke to as well mentioning that she really does believe that he's innocent, and this is really just a plot by the South African government to try and bring him down.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my colleague eNCA Tshegohaco Moagi outside of the Pretoria Magistrates Court.